morning, I would just, since I'm just getting up, it's about 7:50, and I'm gonna head to work in about half an hour or something like that, that I would just stream some Go problems. Um, Normally I'll just do a few Go problems on my, in the morning when I'm having my coffee. So have some coffee and go through some elementary problems. I've done lots of, or not a lot, but a lot of talking to people and reading. And the consensus seems to be that that the better way to approach problems, studying Go problems, is to, not worry about whether or not you have to look at the answer, but really try to spend at least a minute on elementary problems. Like the problems should be really pretty basic. Um, I'm sure that there's a benefit to finding challenging problems and just focusing on them and studying them for, however long it takes for you to find the answer. But for me, just to kind of wake up in the morning and just to keep sharp, I think that there's a benefit to just um, sticking with problems that you can read out completely and try to find the solution to before even placing a stone. So that's kind of my approach. I don't want to try to, like, I shouldn't feel sorry if I have to look at the solution, but I really shouldn't place a stone until I think I've got the solution. So, um, it's easier when you're talking out loud too, so I'll try to not talk out loud a little bit. I'll try to think and then talk out loud. Um, okay, white to play. White plays here. White plays here. Black can... Yeah, if white plays here, black here, then white can play here. Well, black doesn't have a working throw-in because of the tiger mouth off the corner. So I think this is looking like a pretty good candidate to me. The best move that black might be able to try to do to make eye space might be to play here. If black plays here, then white can just play here. White plays here. Black plays here. White plays here. Then this is a false eye, and the throw-in still doesn't work because of the Atari in the corner. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Oh, I forgot I have to open this as administrator, otherwise, because my Windows 10 installation is kind of jacked up. So, let me see. Blah 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 blah. I'll start over. Let's see. I'm just gonna close it down and start over again. I think I'm gonna see this one through though, so we'll let it fail out, just because I think this is. So you made a ko. Wasn't expecting that. So the problem with this is it's not really good because it's a ko. Yeah, that fails. I'm gonna restart this with administrator rights. I forgot to do that. Oh, Go Grinder. Yeah, should fix that at some point, but I'm lazy. All right. Oh, this is the same one, which is good. That means I can practice it. again, or I can keep playing it. So this didn't work out the way that I thought because of this. I, for some reason, didn't see that. I mean, I thought that this could be a ko, but I didn't see it working out the way that it did. I mean, this is the only move for, well, I guess black could just push in instead of jumping in, but if black does this, then white can still, let's see, black. I guess white, all that white has to do then really is just extend here. So maybe this is an option. Not really. Black and then white just plays here. Black connects under. Then, wait a minute. Then white can Atari. Black just fills. Then black has to come back here. I mean, white has to come back here. But then black has a false eye here, if I read that right. Let me try that. Oh, duh. Miai, maybe not. We'll see. I guess it worked. I guess that was the right answer. Every once in a while I try to see who's watching. I don't know if there's a better way to do this than just to flip the chat over. Maybe I shouldn't bother myself with that. Gozern, L1V1, and Go Gramenet. Just doing elementary Go problems this morning before I leave for work. I've got about another 20 minutes or so before I have to go. What the hell does that mean? I'm being hosted. Okay, so this is immediately look at this and think this is dead. This is kind of the magical shape in the corner because if black plays here, it's basically creating a shape that even if white captures it, allows for black to play back on the inside and capture it. So I guess you call this a Tsuji. I'm not sure what you call this. Hey, scat is the scat maker, the fresh maker. My dogs just did that when I took them on a walk. They're really good at that. Hey, Holly. Holly. I want to show you my scat maker real quick. Here, Hall. This is one of the scat makers. Does she look like you? Yeah, she's really good at it. There you go, Hall. So this is the magical shape. Black to play. Well, it seems to me that reducing the inside liberties by playing in here is probably a good idea. Oh god, those poor other suckers. Those poor other viewers on his channel. What's the title? The title of Scatmaker's channel is probably shitty, low budget, low quality streamers exposed. No, oh yeah. Well, Holly's a spoiled dog. So anyways, I think for this one, this looks like the good location, the right location to reduce the inside liberty. Basically, if I guess white could, let's see, if white plays up here, white could make a ko. Black, white, capture. No, of course not. I just capture this stone. There's no ko there. I could capture these two stones. Yeah, this seems right. White's trying to be sneaky by playing the 1-1. Everyone knows the 1-1 always works. Let's see. It feels like it's cheating. I do this with KGS too. I always place my stone. It's like you're really getting a move, like you're reading ahead a move for free. It feels like cheating. I'm not going to do that anymore. I guess it's a good cue for the viewers though of what I'm thinking about. So maybe I'm looking at this one right now. The problem that I have with this one right now though is this one, this response by White. Well, it's what In Xiang Huang refers to as 1, 2, 3 reading is if I was investigating this move and then I saw that White had what seemed to be a good working response by playing here, then I should investigate what happens if I play here instead. Oh, exactly. I do that all the time. It only counts if it's stones, too. You can put your finger on the board if you're playing a game, right, and say, no, I'm just reading. You can put a jelly bean on the board. Just bring a bag of, like, black jelly beans and lay them down. Say, they're not really stones. I'm just using them. They're a tool. They're helping me to read. So that doesn't look good. What if black plays here, though? I haven't. I've been meaning to. I played with lots of different names on KGS. I played on the American Yungyuseng Seng Dojang League for the first year and a half, I think, as Steve. That's my primary account on KGS is Steve. I also play Botwhacker a lot, and I also play Slosh when I've been drinking. That was just for his daughter. That was just Lee bringing some candy along for his daughter. You know, that's the nice thing about kids. They lose all their teeth and they get brand new ones, so you might as well feed them a bunch of sugar when they're young, right? Of course not. So if black plays here, then white would just probably try to take the key point here, and then I guess this would end up being dead shape on the inside. Yeah, I've had that for a few years. You never really have a name on KGS, right? You never really own a name. You just kind of rent it until you forget to play for about 6 months, and then someone else grabs it. So I got it a few years ago, and I've been playing it pretty consistently. What if black just plays down here? Black plays down here, then white will just, I guess, play right here. And then, let's see, black, white. I guess this ends in Seki. This is probably life in Seki. This is probably the best idea, probably the best thing I can do here. I don't think I can live here. I think well, I don't think I can kill the inside stones. I think Seki is the best option here. Let's see what happens. No, I was wrong! Ah! I should have read that a little bit more. Maybe I just need more coffee. Of course. Let me play this out. Of course, then what? What can I do? Right? Yeah, I like Go Grinder. A year or two ago, I took all these Cho-Chi-Kun problem sets and I found the original. Like, I guess Cho-Chi-Kun had, like, he released some old MS-DOS software 20 years ago, like with all of his problems, like 1,000 or 1,500 problems. And they were all combined as a single SGF. I think I can't remember what I did, but I sometime like a year and a half ago, I found a tool that would actually break all apart. Actually, no, what it was a proprietary database. And so he released this MS-DOS software with all these Go problems that, 25 years ago or something like that, and they were all in some database format. And what I found some tool that actually took that database and broke out each of the problems into different SGFs. And then I created different directories for each of the different sets of problems. And this is just called GoGrinder. It basically just lets you, it'll import an SGF in a problem, and it'll flip the stone colors and the positions in the board randomly. So it's actually kind of nice that it adds that variation to it. And I basically just use these problem sets, import problems. You see, you can just import them. I guess not from there. But open file, save progress, edit the current problem. No, select problems. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So I basically just loaded in here. This chose Encyclopedia of Life and Death. And I think I started tagging them, but not really. I've been pretty lazy about it. So I haven't even gotten up to the intermediate or the advanced ones. I just, for the last year, I work the elementary. I mean, I've got like 900 of these things, and I never can sit down and finish them all in one go. Good morning, Sick Willie. So yeah, I like GoGrinder. GoGrinder is a really nice piece of software. They've also got an Android version that I use, and so I keep these problems on my Dropbox folder, and then I use them on my cell phone, tablet, whatever, as well. So anyways, I failed that elementary problem. That breaks my heart. Let's try again. What if I just play here? If I just play here, then that means that he really does have to play here. Otherwise, I'll be able to live. So I think maybe that was a sequence problem. Some of these problems aren't perfect, and GoGrinder isn't perfect with resolving these problems. Some of them I know I got the right answer. It's just that they didn't flag that sequence as being valid. Even at the same point value, they just didn't flag that variation as being valid for some reason. So let me try that. I'll try this first. This is looking more like Seki. There we go. No, failed, still failed. So I guess Seki isn't a good option. I guess I can live in here. So my presumption that living in Seki was the best answer here was the answer was wrong. There's got to be a way to live. Oh, is it? Let me replay that shape then. I think I've hit this. So you say this is dead? White is dead here? Because white can play the 1-2 point. Oh, I see. At the end, yeah, this shape has screwed me in the past. Actually, I'm sure it's actually, well, it's probably benefited me. Actually, the other person probably was just as weak as me and said, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's Seki, that's fine." So I probably benefited from this in the end, thinking this was Seki. But I've definitely encountered this before. At the end, when there's no co-threats, white can play A2 and start the co. So at the end, when there's no co-threats. At the end, when there's no co-threats, white can start the co by playing... I guess you mean this? I see. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good lesson for this one. Bend 4 in the corner. Okay, so that means that black absolutely needs to live then somehow. Well, this still seems like the right kind of idea. But again, it's not because white can play here. Wait, that's okay though. Black, white. Cap, connect. There we go. Oh, sorry, I gotta turn off that auto advance. Take another look at that. See, so as you can see, it rotated it. It's same colors, I think, but it rotates them. That's kind of one of the things that I really like about Go Grinders. It forces you this. It shoves the same. It shoves the same problems. Oh, you don't see the problem, is Slick Willy? I did. I found it. This is the first move. I'll give you that. So you can play the next move then. I'm sorry, I don't think there's coordinates on this board. Maybe that's a defect. But I mean, it's all in the corner, so it should be easy. You can just go A, B, C, D, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4. So where do you play next, Sickly? Yep. Miai, right? For black to either connect or to destroy this other eye, but if he takes this eye, then you can just play down, right? Kind of neat, kind of a blind spot kind of a problem. This capture in the corner feels very unnatural for me. I kind of like, that's one of the things that I love about Go problems and Sumigo in general is it forces me to acknowledge that I have huge blind spots. You know, like there's where it encourages me to read, actually read, because it proves that my intuition is wrong, is garbage. This looks similar. It's a little bit tighter. It's white is one line shorter, and there's no stone in here right now. This should be pretty. This is my intuition is to play this. My intuition always says this is the key point in this kind of a shape. So if white plays here, then what can black play? Black's best move might be either here or here, but they don't look like either of them do anything. Basically, if white plays here, black plays here, then it's the same situation as before, right? White plays up here, gets an eye in the corner, and black can either connect or poke out that other eye. Up here, if black plays here, then white can just play up. Black can't play in here, otherwise white can play down. If black pushes in here, white still makes another eye up here. I guess that's the right one, huh? If I play here, this is better. No, it's... This is one of those situations where I usually play inefficiently because it's easier to read for some reason. Like this seems like it would... yeah, this seems like it would do the trick. But this seems like it would probably do the trick too, and it would be worth, you know, an extra point. Yeah, that looks fine. I'll move to the next problem, then I'm going to go grab some more coffee. There you go. Take a look at that one. Sophia, get over here. Come here, Sophia. Come here, Sophia. Hey, scat maker. Here's another scat maker. That's Sophia. She's really good at it. She's a professional scat maker. I also call her cilantro head. Get out of here, Soph. Go lay down. You're good at that. Oh. Okay. So, looks like black did some interesting things in here. Or white. Oh, white already has some stones. Okay, so it's white to play. White could just capture. If white captures, then black plays here. And it still seems like... yeah, I came up with that one the other night. She's got all kinds of names. Some of them aren't so endearing. Okay, white captures, black would... or if white captures, then black would probably just play back here. At A2. Yeah, that seems like it would be fine. So, if black plays at A2, what happens if white plays at A2? How's that for 1, 2, 3 reading? I'm keeping that back in line. It's kind of, I find that 1, 2, 3 reading, I think this is right. I think this is like, of the year and a half that I was in Yungusang, I think I understand 1, 2, 3 reading now. It goes to show that like he has awesome lectures, and I just obviously am too busy drinking beer or something after the lectures start because core concepts were difficult for me to take away in spite of the excellent instruction. So, but I think this is 1, 2, 3 reading the gist of it. So if white plays here, yep, I was Sikwili. I play as Steve. I keep meaning to go back. I keep meaning to go back and rejoin that league. It's just a little pricey, and life seems to always get in the way. You know, I was taking night classes and doing some other things that conflicted, so. So white plays here, and then black would maybe, no, well, let's see. White, black captures white here, and then black just, if white plays here and black just captures, black plays, or if white plays here and black just captures, then white can play here, and there's no second eye in there. Let's try it. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one. Oh, Inseong is great. Yeah, he's great. If I had a lot more time, I would be in that program all the time. Excellent, excellent instructor. I went to the Seattle Go Center. I flew up there because my wife was out of town for work and I was bored, and so I went up to I flew up to, I did a day trip, a day flight from the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, up to Seattle last October, I think. Maybe it was before that, maybe it was September, for a it was actually the week after Congress, I think a week or two after Congress. I remember a lot of people had been traveling a lot, and Inseon came out to the Cialago Center for a class, and it was a lot of fun. It was really nice. It was nice to finally get a chance to meet him and, you know, his wife and some of the other Jungyusing members that went as well. So, all right, I've only got a couple more minutes, then I have to jet out of here. But I'll be streaming again probably during lunchtime for my lunch break. This seems pretty. This has got to be it. Come on, this is pretty intuitive, right? Basically, you play here. If you play here, then white can't play in here. Otherwise, you can capture here. So that gives you the second eye here. Okay. Maybe a couple more problems. Yeah, I can't really play here. If I played here, then white could extend out here, which that seems like, okay, you can just play here, right? But you can't, because then white can play here. And so you have to capture, then after you capture, he can play in, take away, he can do a throw in and take away this second eye over here. So it seems like this might be one of those problems where the first move for black is this unintuitive move. Hey Zealous, or Zeluse, or Zelosi, or Zea Lu C. This could be one of those unintuitive, or Zeal. Zeal, O, C. That would be in Portuguese, I guess. OU is pronounced O in Portuguese. Jealousy, so it's zealousy. Okay, I got it. Yeah, it seems like this problem might be, like, I would investigate this move right here just because it seems like one of those moves where the best white can try to do is to try to get some kind of a Mii move where he can, like, either get a living shape in there or kill what's in here. I don't know. Maybe even. So if white plays here, black plays over the same move, pushes like this, then black covers here, then white does what? White would push again in here this way with 3 stones. You'd play in here. That would give him 1 liberty and you 1 on the outside, 1 on the inside. Oh, okay. So maybe just this then? Now that doesn't work out too well either, it seems. Maybe just build more outside liberties like this. I mean, what's white's option? White's only real option, it seems like, would be to push down this way. So white pushes down this way, black plays the corner, and then I've got 3 outside liberties, 1 inside, so I can afford to take my inside liberty. He can't play in here because if he does, he's dead, and he doesn't have enough time to fill all these outside liberties. So maybe it's just a matter of doing that. Huh? What do you think? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Snedberg. Looks like that, doesn't it? Looks like everyone was right. Well, it's time for me to put the monsters away. I have to put them away so they can spend basically a day of hard work and labor in the coal mines, and then move on to the salt mines, which really just means sleeping under the bed. until I get home from work. But I'll stream for lunch. I'll stream at lunch. I'll stream a game at lunch, probably 10-minute main time. I might go to 20-minute. I don't know. Yesterday was really busy, so I might afford myself a little bit of a longer game today just to relax. So I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. I gotta go hit the road.